identification.
Let's go.
And hello. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great night. Oh, it turned nippy all of a sudden. We have a few good days of nice weather, and then smack. Welcome to winter again. I think it's below freezing again. Once again, we did get a little bit of snow, but it only covered my bushes, and that was about it. There's a little bit of grass in the shade and the next door neighbors, but that's about it. It's raining in New York. We got Bubble Bibble in here, Grace, Dana B Charmin, Eric's in here. I seen the Vineyard Chicks earlier, and Pat. So we got some information. I still can't play no videos or anything like that, so you just have to rely on my ugly mug to tell you about the herbs and stuff. And I didn't have time to actually, you know what? I can probably do something about that. Let me see if I can. Can we make that full screen? Okay, that might work. Because I think screen, entire screen window. Oh, right there. How do I get back over here? Okay, right there. Bring it over here, and let's do that. That way we have a warning up here, I suppose. There we go. Some of it can't read because of the things up there, but it's on the screen. So it's kind of somewhat protected. Okay, that being said, let's get back to it. Oh, that'll be good. Happy early birthday, Pat. It's not every day you turn 29, so happy 29th early birthday. Oh, but another thing before we get started, let me see if I still have my website up. Okay, good. With Survival Seed 25 starting here January 5th, I do believe. If there's anybody that is not doing the 6 seed challenge or collab, I have put up a link on the website here, and I'll show you where to get that. If you look down here under Survival Seeds collab, and if you want to sign up for that, for those seeds, you go over to their website. But if you just want to do the herb side, just the herb side, you do exactly the same thing you would with the other seeds. You just, I'll go ahead and click on it so you can see it. Put your name, channel, email, mailing address, entry video. Must have your entry video already done, just like before, and whatever messages you want to leave, and then submit it. And I'll get the seeds out whenever I can. Other than that, um, that's pretty much it for that. Let me go ahead and pop that off the screen. There we go. So, hey, Carol Z, I sent you a video of doing to that farmlands. Yeah, I I've I've been studying about it here for probably a month. I did a couple videos. I think are you talking about the PFAS chemicals, the forever chemical? I think that's what you're talking about. But yeah, um, yeah, I did a few, or I did a video, and then we talked about it on the live for a little while. Um, yeah, it makes you wonder. 97% of the people have that chemical in their blood. That's crazy. Hello, Lori's World. And we have, oops, I seen somebody else, but it disappeared. I can only read it, so I'll do it this. Robin Hood Homestead. Okay, there we go. It doesn't show it all the way. And I see What Life's in here. Hey, what? Good to see you. Okay, so rosehip. I've talked about it a few times and a little bit of conversation about it and whatnot, but um, it is probably, I mean, it is a wonderful herb. It really is. Um, Now, there's different versions of it, and I do believe it originated in Japan. And where did it say that about Japan? Um, yeah, uh, it originated in Japan, and there's upwards of 100 species of it, and I get a lot of it from the wild. But you can also buy the grown, for just the rosehip, and the berries are like huge size berries. Um, Also, like I said, around here, the best tasting ones, if you go out in the wild and get them yourself, is after the first frost, and then you go and just pick buckets full of them. Let them dry out if that's what you want to do with them. If you want to um, use them for oils or anything else, you can actually use them fresh. Most of the time, I just dry them out. That way, I can save them for longer. Um, uh, even the seeds are useful. The nutrition, just the nutrition of this, and then we'll talk about the benefits and stuff. Uh, for 2 teaspoons, a 2 teaspoon serving has 26 calories, 6 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fiber. Now we're going to go to the vitamins. Vitamin A has 4% of your daily allowance of vitamin A. Vitamin B5 has 3% of your daily allowance. And vitamin C, here is the big one here. Vitamin C, it has 76% of your daily allowance of vitamin C. Has 6% of vitamin E. of your daily allowance. Now, the big one is there. You can obviously see 76%, just 2 teaspoons, and which vitamin C plays a big role of uh, your immune health. So um, that's awesome when you're making um, tinctures and things like that or teas. It's real good to add to your tea if you're not feeling well, or you're already got a cold, or the other stuff that we had to deal with a few years ago. One of my favorite teas that I do make is rosehip, um, blood orange, and uh, hibiscus. And the blood oranges in this area is very hard to get. So whenever I see it, I buy a bag of it and I slice them up and dehydrate them right away. And then whenever you want to make a tea or stuff, you just mush them up a little bit and into little chunks. And the same thing with the rosehip and the hibiscus, and you make a tea out of it. I have to plant in buckets here. Let's see. Rosehip is a red orange color, pigments. Big source of beta carotene. The pigments have been shown to promote skin and eye health, and that's where we're going to get to of what you can do with it. One of the best things that I've used to do is make a rosehip oil. Very, very simple. There's multiple ways you can do it. There's the slow process where you add like a sunflower, olive oil, or some kind of oil like that, and you fill it over top of the jar of your dried rosehip, and then you seal it up, let it set somewhere for 6-8 weeks longer, and then you strain it out, and that you have your rosehip oil. And it's good for anti-aging. It'll remove scars. It'll the age spots. You rub it on your skin and does wonders. It's also good for hair. If you're having bad hair, it's unhealthy or whatnot, you can actually use the oil in your hair. I used to make a batch for my daughter with coconut oil, and she would soak her hair down with this oil and then cover it up and let it set overnight. And then her hair was wonderful. How do you get the plant? There's multiple ways you can grow it. They actually, you can buy rosehip seeds, different varieties. You can go out in the woods if you have it in your area and find it there. And like I said before, the best way to do it, and it's just a taste. You don't have to do this. You can, whenever you see the berries and they're nice and red, you can actually pick them then. Let me see if I can get a picture here. That should be fine. I shouldn't get in too much trouble for pictures, should I? And it's not going to let me do a picture. Well, let me do this. Rose images. There's a good one right there. Open image, new tab. Share screen. And there we go. And that's what it looks like. And again, there are different varieties of this plant. Get that off there. There's different varieties of this, so it'll pretty much look the same. There are some that have a lot smaller berries, like the ones I get when I go out in the wild and get them. And that kind of sounds weird, out in the wild, but now she's picking the. I'm assuming it's a she. I mean, because it looks like a female hand, but she's picking these fresh. This is before a frost or anything else, so they do tend to be a little bit bitter when picking them at this stage. And again, you can also harvest these just for the seed. The actual seed has benefits also. Let me see if I can get another picture. Sorry, I'm crunching on a cough drop. And I'll show you the ones I usually get look like this. And this is just the berry, the rose hup itself. And that's what they usually look like when I pick them. And you can see the leaf is already turned and everything. And they're quite smaller. And they do have ones that are a lot bigger than this. Let me go ahead and close that. And again, you can make it's mostly used for the oil, and some tinctures, also good for. Let's see if we get down here to the benefit part. Again, it's anti-aging. Rosehip oil is popular for anti-aging in the beauty community. And again, I'm not a doctor. All that stuff, you do your own research, all that legal stuff. It's rosehip seeds are high in polyunsaturated fats, which support a healthy skin membrane to protect your skin from aging, from inflammatory compounds such as ultraviolet rays, cigarette smoke, and pollution. That's what it protects your skin against. So that's a big score. In a small 8-week study, taking 3 milligrams of rosehip powder daily led to a significant decrease in skin wrinkles and significant increase in skin moisture content. We'll skip a lot of the other anti-aging stuff and go right to and again, it may we have to keep saying that, I guess, may reduce arthritis pain. And these are where I got this from. That this they've done actual studies, and they did the placebo thing with majority of people and people who actually took the rose hop. Review of 24 studies found that supplementing with rose hop may help relieve arthritis, um, stress, and inflammatory in your joints. Um, also stops arthritis pain. Let's go down here. And it may, gotta keep saying that, it may help with fat loss. Rosehip has been studied as a potential health fat loss aid. And again, a 12-week study, 32 people taking 100 milligrams of rosehip tablets each day significantly decreased fat compared to the rest of the controlled group that was on the placebo. So it's again this it's amazing how there are plants out there that do so much, and most of us walk past the bush or something when we're out walking or something, never know it. May improve heart health. Consuming rosehip may boost heart health by lowering cholesterol and blood pressure. In a 6-week study in 31 people drinking rosehip beverage containing 40 grams of rosehip powder daily led to significant reduction in blood pressure. Their total cholesterol, the good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol, improved. The drink also packed 31 grams of fiber. Not only is it high fiber intake associated with better heart health, but rosehip high antioxidant levels may also play a role. So, either one. And the common use, rosehip can be used in foods. You can just sprinkle it in your soup or whatever. But majority of the time, it's used as a tea in a tea. There are some that use it as, like I said, oil for their skin and their hair. And again, if you just get the rosehip, you can turn it into a powder. If you actually wanted to put them in capsules and all that, so you didn't have to make it into a drink or anything, you could do that. And again, here's we always have to put the side effects in here. And again, rose hips are widely considered safe. However, it is currently unknown. It's not currently known whether you're safe during pregnancy or breastfeeding. Although research is lacking on the side effects of eating large amounts, which would mean consuming a lot of vitamin C, may trigger nausea, upset stomach, constipation, and heartburn. And that's because you're consuming a large amount of vitamin C. And finally, due to vitamin C excessive rosehip intake may harm those with recurring kidney stones, sickle cell, and it's like a word 3 times the size of the page. It's an iron disorder. And that would be if you drink 5 gallons of orange juice. It's the vitamin C that does that, not the actual plant itself. And they have a thing on here where to buy it, and you usually buy it in the tea and oil, or there are herb companies out there that you can actually search and buy it already dried out and everything. Again, you have to do a little research to make sure that it's not being grown to where it's going to be sprayed with stuff that you don't want. You want the organic stuff, more or less. And this is just for the tea, and that's, everybody knows how to make tea. You just hot water and the herb in a little bag or something. But rose hips come from the rose plant and can be used to make tea. This tea is easy to brew and full of antioxidants, has protective properties, and may even fight skin aging. And again, may all this stuff. Rosehip tea is an herbal tea made from the fruit of the rose plant. It is a delicate floral flavor that's slightly sweet with a distinctive tart aftertaste, which again, that's where I was talking about. If you're going to harvest this stuff yourself, it's best to do after that first frost, not a real like 10 below frost, but just a frost. And then it seems like that frost sweetens the berry. Where is it? And again, there are several hundred species of rose plants, though research on rosehip has focused on the fruit itself. Rosehip has been linked to numerous benefits, including improved immunity, heart health, weight loss, and skin aging. And that's probably the main ones there. And like I said, heart health, it may lower your cholesterol, may help with your high blood pressure, and what was that other one? Hypertension. Yeah, that's another good one. Hypertension may help. May help. Everybody's gonna get tired of me saying that.
And we will make America great again.
Thank you, Mark, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. And I have a okay. Do you have any questions about the rosehip or anything else for that matter? Yeah, allegedly. you got to make that statement. And again, with all this stuff, you always you just don't want to jump into it and say, oh, it's a cure all this and this, and then just take a whole bunch. You want to do research. Um, if you have a cool doctor and everything, you want to talk to your doctor about it and ask him, well, if I'm on other medication, is this stuff going to do anything to me? Um, a lot of times they're going to, huh, what is that? And so if you have a good doctor, they'll do research and determine, oh yeah, there's no, that's not that bad, but then you're going to have some doctors saying, oh no, yeah, don't go into that stuff. Oh, that's that Chinese herb medicine. That's bad stuff. um, if that's the case, then you have to do more of your own research. Sounds like Grace has one of those doctors. uh, yes, it's really, I mean, 76% of your daily allowance for vitamin C in two teaspoons. And it's probably less than that if it's in a powder. And if you make a tea, there's your vitamin C for the day. And like I said, I do a lot more vitamin C than that with blood orange and hibiscus. Yeah, it pine needle tea is another good source for vitamin C. Uh, there's a lot of people can't drink that pine tea, and you want the white. The white is better for your system. The white pine. So they say. It may be better for your system. Doctors only take 5 days on nutrition in school. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, this Big Mac is good for your health. Yeah, well, I have a doc. Uh, she's real nice and everything. It's um, I don't know how schooled she is or anything like that, but um, like, and that's the main part when you go to a doctor. They use a computer system now that they put what your symptoms are, your age and all that stuff, all your information up, and it pops up. They need to take this and this and this, and that's all they do. And then if you take that and you don't feel good, or it has the opposite reaction, they go back and say it didn't work, and then they give you alternatives to use and say try this for 2 weeks, and then it's a roulette wheel to see which one of them works. Vitamin D. Now, see, that's again, that's a touchy subject, because there are certain things that you need to take to let your body absorb the other vitamins. Um, and if you don't take it, your body's not going to absorb that. So it's just going to be setting in your system. Um, and there's different types of vitamin D now. There's synthetic, and there's the other stuff that or organic stuff that you can take. Yeah, guinea pigs. Well, that could be. It's the same thing with a lot of herbal remedies and stuff. A lot of times, some people can't take like turmeric, and there's a secret behind turmeric too. Um, to be able for your body to absorb that, you need to take pepper with it. Um, some good uh, peppercorns, and grind that up with the turmeric, and your body will absorb it better. If not, some people it has the opposite reaction to them. Um, and that's the same thing with herbs and stuff. Um, a lot of times, the some people have bad reactions to it, and they could be, like Carol Z said, she was taking a lot of vitamin D. If she takes something else, then it could have a reaction with the vitamin D that she's taking. And again, that's the importance of talking to the doctor about it. In some cases, some cases, and it's not going to do any good if you talk to a doctor, because oh, you don't know better than me. Yeah, see, that's good. uh, a lot of people will take turmeric. They'll see these things on YouTube and TikTok, and taking turmeric, and they'll take it, and it's so overpowering that it actually makes them sick. um Trying to find another picture here. Let me see. Yeah, here's another one of. Unfortunately, it's a small one, but come on, show on the screen. And that's right before the frost. Um, and again, these are fresh ones. A lot of times, um, there are really big varieties of these, and they have the bigger seeds, and they'll cut them in half, and they'll scrape out the seeds, and they'll actually grind them seeds down, because the seeds actually have other properties that are really good for you. Uh, a lot you can make an oil from the seeds, and it's even better for the skin. Hi, Prepper 101. Yeah, yeah. Sometime the the first doctor I seen over here prescribed me some pills for blood pressure. Um, Made me cough for a year. I mean, I thought I had actually had a cold, or I had something that I couldn't kick, and um, and it was just really, and I still have issues with it, just from the coughing for over a year with that. And I'll um, went and I said, I looked it up, and that was one of the side effects. And I had seen her before, and she heard me cough and everything, and didn't say anything. And I actually had to bring it up. I said, "This so and so medication, it, it causes some people to be cough all the time." And she, "Oh yeah." Well, why didn't you say anything? You seen me like 3 times in a year. You never said anything. Oh, and eventually, I ended up getting another doctor, which she's been pretty good. And like I said, um, and there's another one that I took that gave me cramps in my joints, which is bad for me because of my leg. Because if it cramps, oh, because the muscle in my leg has been folded over so they could have something to sew to, and then if that cramps, it's like a big ball of pain right there, and that will actually make me, yeah, and usually I can ignore pain, but that's like somebody's stabbing a hot poker in your muscle of your leg. That's why I have to drink tons of water all day. I probably drink a gallon of water every day. Easy gallon. Oh, you stop your meds and can't tell the difference. Um, I can if I stop for a while, but that's the thing. If I had to cut off from the high blood pressure meds and stuff, I would rely on herbs and stuff. I'd have to. Hey there, Vester. Lipitor. I think I've heard of that too. That stuff's supposed to be pretty bad. But I'll probably keep an eye open for, and until we get rolling pretty good on the survival seeds. I'll probably do these every other week, and probably the middle of next week I'll make a community post and have maybe 5 or 6 selections of herbs that we'll go over on a day like this, on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, that is. Because I don't want to bore too many people with Herb Wednesday. I still need to come up with a better name, but because I bet you there's a few people that see the title and ooh, wonder what this is about, Oh, darn it, the wrong kind of herb. Yeah, and I also took oh, what was that? It was for acid reflux, and then they found out that it causes cancer. And I told the doctor, I said, can we get on something else, because I don't want to take that no more because it causes cancer. And she said, everything causes cancer. I'm like, okay, well, what are you here for? And then she prescribed something else. Yeah, I think that's the one they wanted to put me on too. And I said, I'll get my cholesterol down myself, because they go, oh no, your cholesterol's way up. Now, and I'm like, oh no, And I said, what's the limit that I need to get down to? And they said, I forget what it was. We'll make an imaginary line of 150. I think it was 159, but make a visible line of 150. And I said, well, okay, what's my cholesterol at? And they said 148. And I'm like, what? I said that I'm not even over the high limit yet, but you're close. You're really high. I said, if it was really high, I would be over the line, right? And I said, well, I'll, I'll, I'll just start, eating more broccoli or something and get it down. And the next time they took my cholesterol, it was good again. And it all depends when you, because you're not supposed to eat or drink anything besides water for 24 hours when you get your test done. They say 10 hours, but it's technically 24 hours. But I went in and took the blood test, and it my sugars were high, and all the other stuff. And then I went and ate good for a couple weeks, and then boom, I'm all better now. And I'm like, evidently it's not that important. I could see if it was way, way over, like it was really hard to bring it back down. But if it's like at the borderline, 2 weeks of, cutting out junk food and you're good. I should put me on, I didn't get to see that. On cholesterol med, not Lipitor though, to see if it helps with my eye issue. Was terrible. Taking it quick. Yeah. And that's the same thing with my sugar. They said my sugar was real high. And it was like not over the line, but just under the line. And I said, well, this was after Christmas. And I had pies, I had cookies, I had all kinds of stuff. And I said, let me go a few weeks and I'll get the sugar back down again. And I did. Actually, I was in the hospital when my sugar went down for that mysterious infection that I had in my system. Yeah, very, very true. Very true. That's why I guarantee you, somewhere there's a cure for cancer. There's a cure for a cold, so nobody gets colds anymore. There's cures for all that. It's hidden away in somebody's safe somewhere. Because if you take one pill to get rid of cancer, where are they going to make money from? And that's the sad thing about it. But I think I'm going to start talking to some companies about uh, at least getting a discount code or something from. Now there's this lady that dang it, what's her name? She has a website where she sells a lot of tinctures and stuff, but her prices are very high for just the herbs. And I have a place, but it's not like a name place, a corporation type place. So if they got a big order, that would shut them down for a while. Because they actually grow their own herbs and stuff. They're the wild, like stinging nettles and all that stuff. They grow their own. Um, mullein, all that kind of stuff. They grow their own, and that's where I got. Last year, I got some rose hip just for teas and stuff. But if I can try to find a place that is halfway decent and not, you know, they get all their plants and herbs and stuff from China, then stay away from that. That's I seen somebody, um, and they probably didn't know, and it's hard to tell people, you know, but I seen somebody doing a video making fermented garlic with honey, you know. Um, and it's good that they were doing this, but the only problem was they went to Walmart and they got them a bag of garlic that had been uh, cleaned off and all that stuff, trimmed and all that stuff. And they put it in a jar. And what honey do you think they used? Came from Walmart. So, first of all, the honey that comes from Walmart is processed honey. That means it's already been pasteurized and all that funky stuff. So it had no benefit other than sweeten the garlic. Um, so there's, like I said, there's steps that you have to take, because if you get stuff from a grocery store, chances are you don't know where it came from. And I'm talking about the garlic, well, in the honey too, because if you don't know how that honey's made, then you're just putting sugar over honey, or sugar over the garlic. Um, if you can find organic garlic that's been grown somewhere good, um, use that, and use raw, unfiltered honey. It's better if it comes from your area, straight from the beehive. You know, that person's been cranking on that little thing, and the little honeycomb things have been spinning. That's the good honey, because once honey is heated up, it loses a lot of its properties. Hey there, Ark. You know, well, we got a bee person here, so you're hearing it right there from the bee person. um, oh, you do it by hand? Do you do the thumping thing or whatever it's called? That little hand cranking thing is cool though. You crank that thing and watch those honeycomb thingies spin around, the little trays. But I wonder how long does it take to clean all that? That, I bet you that's a process, and I guarantee you're sticky for a couple days after doing honey. I've never done it, but I've watched it on YouTube and stuff. Oh yeah, but a lot of times it's not. I mean, even Rural King, they have raw, unfiltered honey that it isn't pasteurized or anything, and it comes from a local place in Ohio. As I I went and did research on it. Of a sprinkle spreader that fits between the birds and the frames. Scrape. Oh, you scrape it. Oh, okay. How long does it take you to clean up after that? Speckle? $37 a jar. Ooh, dang. Oh, that's good. That's good. I always thought you get, well, I mean, like if you make a mess on a counter or something, it takes forever to get that stuff picked up. Yeah, there's a lot of people who do bees that don't sell their honey. They keep it. They hoard it. Now, another good question is, do you know where they get their nectar and stuff from, the flowers? I know somebody that has a farm, and they right in the middle of their farm they have a big field, and it's just goldenrod, and that's where all the flowers come from. Or that's where they get all their nectar from, is the goldenrod, and they actually named their honey goldenrod honey. But again, there's people that which is odd. There's some people that are allergic to goldenrod, but they can use the honey, which is so cool. And you wouldn't think that would make sense, but whatever the bees do to break that down, evidently it makes it not to where they're allergic to. I've only fed them when needed. Oh, that's what um, I would think is you wouldn't need to feed them too much down there unless you guys get a big frost down there. But up here, I can't remember his name, and he's in Ohio too. Um, he has to feed his bees quite a bit, and sometimes in the wintertime he has to go in there and feed them, or before winter, I think he said. Yeah, that's why I figured it's amazing that uh, a little bee could do that. Of course, there's a whole bunch of little bees. But anyways, we are. Um, this is our end of the hour, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here and remind everybody. Friday we'll be doing a giveaway. Um, members will have an extra chance at winning, and it'll be my little fire kit that I make and always do. And I'm really thinking about selling these things, because I've been looking at these things, um, these fire kits and things like that. They are selling for like outrageous prices. Something like this, they would sell $60-$70 for this thing, and I'm like, why? It doesn't cost that much. Just go out and find some fat wood. Um, the worst part is taking the log and splitting it up and cutting it in little chunks and then splitting it with the knife. But like I said, we'll be doing a giveaway Friday. Um, we'll do one for the members, and then we'll do one for everybody else. And other than that, yeah, 101 might be live Saturday, but we'll see. Other than that, I don't, not sure who else is going live. I don't know. I think there might be somebody going live at 9 tonight, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks everybody for hanging out. Again, if you're watching this afterwards and you have questions, just pop them down in the comments below, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thank you. Thank you.